America, America. Guys, we all survived the epic showdown of the election because it's Wednesday. We don't know the results. We're recording on Monday, so I'm assuming we're still here,
Well
right?
played.
So, hey,
Yeah.
we did it.
If
And
you're
since
listening to this,
still
we did
here,
it. Yeah,
we
we
did
did
it.
it.
We
All
made
right.
it, guys. And
Go
hey, since we're
America.
still here, you might as well head over to celebrate it at dragonbags.com and pick yourself up a sweet new set of Power Dragons. You know, some Power Dragon L's.
I can't think of like in a more American like company than Dragon Bags.
Damn Skippy.
Like you have like an American flag on like every bag.
America through and through.
Yeah.
An original American is,
Yes.
you know, affiliated with it as well.
Yes. Very true.
So don't forget that. So
Shout out to Beowulf. Is that what it was? Yellow Wolf?
Young Wolf?
Young Wolf, yes.
Is that it?
Or
Maddie King.
Maddie King, we love you.
What's up? Danny Lambs, you too.
Yes.
So yeah, head over to Dragon Bags. Pick yourself up a great set because they make us better throwers. So try your hand at it too. Drop code BIGASS12 at checkout.
Just do it.
Save yourself some money.
Yep.
Over at dragonbags.com.
Got it. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. Dane, what's going on, man?
You know, just happy to be alive.
Yeah, man, it was just it was a good start to the night.
It was.
Great start tonight. I walk over. There's 2 minutes left in the Cavs game.
Tie ball
We're down.
game.
No, we're down.
You were down at that point.
Dane
Yeah,
just
that's
hit the shot. We're down by 3.
Yeah.
And then we ended up winning by, what did we end up winning by, 2? Because the guy hit that.
Because he hit that
half
crazy
quarter.
3 at the end. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was only 2.
Okay.
But still, another great victory.
8-0.
Man, this team is
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
good defense.
Yeah.
Good offense. I like it.
Have we played the Celtics yet?
Were we their only loss?
That's
I know they
fine.
have one loss. We might have been it. I can't remember, though.
Okay.
I don't think we have.
I mean, Celtics are going to be a problem, obviously.
For sure, yeah. But it's all about just making it to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, for
Making it
sure.
to the playoffs healthy and then seeing where it goes
Yeah,
from
just
there.
keep taking a step forward. So, hell yeah. Well, Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight in our favorite segment called "What You Drinking."
What you drinking? Stop by the old gas station. Sean's showing you. We got the Vibacious, Juicy Vibacious from Great Lakes. Delicious double IPA, 9.5%. I think we did this one on the show before. I know we did Vibacious for sure.
It's been a while though.
This is the Juicy Vibacious, but yeah, still just a fan favorite. I
And
love it.
It doesn't. It does not hit you quite as hard as like a typical standard double IPA.
No,
It's
very,
not nearly as hoppy. So
yeah,
like,
that
don't be
juice
scared
helps.
away from that.
Yeah, it's
really
good, man.
It is really good, and they're strong.
It's almost like thirst quenching when you drink it.
Kind of.
Like
yeah.
it's good. I do quite enjoy
Well,
it.
and
so.
that's why I like myself a good juicy or hazy IPA. Like, you know what I mean? I just
exactly
doesn't really dry my mouth out
juicier
as
the
much.
better. I mean, we're juicy.
Hell
Of course,
yeah.
our drinks should be juicy.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of juicy, we're going to bring you some more audio gold. All right, we're going to recap open number 3 for the ACL. We have some dramatic readings. We have a few big ASP updates. And then we're going to be joined by Mr. Easy Peasy himself, Ben Boodoo of Scoreholio, and the owner of the TCL, Chad Jacobson.
Not Mr. Easy Peasy.
Yes, correct. But before we get into all that, we're going to let you know what's going on in our cornhole lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
I still feel like there should be a sponsor
No
here,
live
but there's
read.
not.
What's up?
All right, so what's new with you?
You know,
What'd
just
you do this weekend?
had a fun little Saturday with the fam. Went out to Pins with my niece and nephew.
Dude, I love
yeah,
that
Pins
kind.
Mechanical is a blast.
And
So-
it doesn't surprise me that we like that because we like stupid games like that.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like little like
Sean,
skills.
we have a cornhole podcast.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's very fitting
For
that-
sure. Yeah. I love it. I don't think there's any way that you could be really great at that game.
No.
There's a lot of it's just happenstance. Like,
Oh yeah.
does the rope happen to like collect a whole bunch?
Correct.
It kicks around. Like
Yeah.
you just never know. But
Yeah, we had a blast on your birthday.
yeah. And like, so the one here is a little different. Like, you know, the other one was like elevated a little bit
Yes.
that we're bowling onto.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one's all on the floor.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you know, you got to actually like,
You gotta be
Get
an
down
athlete.
there, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
exactly.
I'm fucked.
So I might just do it from the knees next time. But,
That happened.
damn Skippy. So yeah, that was fun. And then Sunday, golfed with Dad during the
yeah?
Browns game.
Okay.
Shot pretty damn consistent.
Okay.
Just the greens that we played were in rough shape. It's Mallard Creek. It's man, rough.
I haven't
shape.
played there in years.
Neither have I, and I was like,
the one
Jesus
thing that
Christ.
Mallard Creek, obviously most people that listen to this aren't from this area, but Mallard Creek is known for not having any bunkers at all on the course. It's
No.
all just water and rough.
Yeah.
It can be challenging. There are some challenging holes. Like their water placement's actually very smart, and it plays more. It's actually harder, I think, for guys like us or guys like me. I do not hit a long ball, and where they place some of that water really makes you think like, oh shit, like I should
gotta
probably
lay
lay up. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
like right in my like where the ball would typically roll out that 250-ish range.
Yeah, so they have 2 18s. One of them literally goes around the lake the whole way, so you have water the entire
it's
time.
brutal.
That's the one me and Dad played.
Okay.
Then the other one is just through the woods, narrow as shit.
Yeah.
Like to the point where if I play that one, I do not
Yeah, I
hit
get that.
driver probably more than 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
But
They have a really nice clubhouse though.
they do. It's just like for the money you pay at that
It's
course,
expensive, I think.
It's a little bit pricey. And they have like a whole like community that like pays into
is that all
it and
new?
stuff. Like, yeah, they've built in the last like decade.
Shit, I probably haven't played there in
so
over
like they
10
have
years.
like tons of houses. It's not like in the course.
No, I
It's
got you.
Just to the left of it,
Okay.
there's like a bunch of houses, but I know that they pay into it.
Like if you just keep going down 82.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally like right where the course ends is like where the development
I got you.
is. Yeah, so they there are people paying into it. It's just like it broke my heart to see the greens in that shape. I was like, and they like didn't blow any of the leaves off the fairway, so like we lost balls like in the middle of the fairway.
And I know
which is
Dad's
just
looking
very
for
annoying.
like kind of like a country club to join.
Yeah.
But my thing is like you might as well go to Medina.
Yes.
You could get because for Dad to get there takes just as long as it would take him to get
absolutely.
Medina. And Medina, you have like 3 or 4 options. I feel like.
Oh, and the train tracks were closed right in front of the
Oh,
course, so
what?
Dad had to loop all the way around. I
Oh.
came in the backside, so I was
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Down Sprague.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
That's the way to go. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the way to do it. God, this week. So since last time we were sitting here all together, we had trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
Took my kids trick or treating.
Oh, that's right,
last
yeah.
year we went to like the back half of our development and hit that up. Which don't get me wrong, it was fun. There were tons of houses that were doing like adult trick or treating, passing out little shots of Fireball.
Yeah.
I had myself a good old time. Like I was basically skipping back, and my wife was just like, just have fun. Just make sure, just don't lose the stroller. So I was just because she didn't want to. She
Yeah.
had one. There were 5 houses giving them out. Wife didn't want any of them, so I'm like, well, these can't go to waste. I'm not gonna save them.
They're gonna get warm.
Yeah, correct. So, but yeah, this year we decided to head down towards your neck of the woods. So kids had fun. It was awesome. Your
Yeah.
street was actually awesome. There were tons of
Yeah, we
houses that
have
were
everyone
actually
out there.
I would say 90% of the houses on your street. So it was worth making the walk over.
Yeah.
Again, he lives less than 3/4 of a mile, but when you have
Yeah, a bunch
a
of young
6,
kids.
a
and stuff.
5-year-old, like it's a little tough to get them to walk that far, but they did well. My only pet peeve with the whole thing is that there were just not many houses passing out candy. Like, what the fuck is going on with this world?
Dude, it was
Is
so
it too
nice
much to
out,
ask
too.
for you to just pass out something? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be expensive candy.
No.
Just do something. Like the kid, like
And if you're not home, just put something out.
there were
chance
stretches
it.
walking to you
Yeah.
that like we were with our neighbors and they were kind of looking at me like, why are we going this way? Because there were stretches of 4 or 5 houses that were not passing out candy.
Yeah.
And then you pass by the church or on either side and there's no houses there.
Mhm.
So we made the kids earn it, right?
Yeah.
So
That's why you should have not walked down Craft. I would have
I
walked
know,
down
I know.
West.
We should have gone down Race and then come over down Fair.
Yeah, you could do that, or I would even say West, because then you still got.
Oh, that's true. I forgot we
Sit
can
on
go
both
down.
sides,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. No, but yeah, it was still fun. But yeah, it was just kind of I don't know. I was kind of down about like how many people weren't passing out candy. It was just weird.
Yeah, I mean it's we had way fewer numbers than we ever had.
Oh, dude, there was nobody out.
Yeah, like
Nobody- I don't know why.
I'm used to having like 200 kids come
Yeah,
by,
dude.
and
We
there was
live in a
maybe
huge
maybe
neighborhood.
50. I mean, I gave your kids so much candy.
Yeah.
Thank God you guys came by.
And that's the only thing I keep thinking of is like, all right, maybe we just weren't where. Maybe all the kids went to that back half. That's
Yeah.
all I can think of. Maybe they're
Maybe that's like the hip.
we live
area
a
to go.
hu- I don't
We just don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea, but there's because it's a huge neighborhood. So
Yeah, but like, again, I know everyone on my street passes out candy.
yeah. Like
we
I said,
are
your
all
street
out
was
there,
awesome.
so-
Yeah, your street was awesome. It was definitely worth.
Besides my
walking
one
over.
neighbor. Actually, I think both of my neighbors didn't pass out candy.
I think they did, didn't they? Oh no, you're right. Yeah. they
So
did.
my
no, the one on the corner did for sure.
yeah, the corner did.
Oh,
and
not you're right.
Next
You're right.
in
Yep.
didn't.
Okay, I
then
forgot
us,
you're the third
and
house
then
in. Yep.
The other one didn't.
Okay.
But my new favorite thing is making it awkward for teenagers.
Okay.
So like they come up and I'll always be like, "So what are you?" They're like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guess. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Just tell me like what you are.
Yeah.
And just stuff like that. And then I saw guys like walking across the street. And I was like, if you run to me right now, you can have candy. And both of them sprinted over.
My rule is as long as
you get two
if you
scoops.
come to my house and you're in costume, I'll give you candy, no problem.
Yeah.
If you come to my house and you're not dressed up, I'll still give you candy, but you got to earn it.
Oh yeah.
So I
for
want a
sure.
song, I want a dance, I want a joke, I want something. I will tell you what, 95% of kids have no problem busting a move, singing something, doing
Exactly.
something for candy.
Just
It's
to get some
awesome. Yeah,
candy.
sure, we're just having
Hell yeah.
fun. You know, and guess what? If the ones that don't do anything, I still give them freaking candy at the end. But just to have fun with it, you know what I mean?
They're like, oh, you're one of those socially
correct.
awkward people.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Yeah, and that's what just be social. It's okay. You're allowed to have fun.
I had this one kid come up and he didn't break character once, dressed as Jason, and I commend him.
Nice. Nice.
And then another one was dressed as Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Same deal. And I was like, well done.
So we kind of soft launched a little bit last week some news. So
What
there's
news is
two
that?
things regarding cornhole, us playing cornhole,
Yeah.
that we should talk about just real
Okay.
fast.
Sure.
Do you want me to go first? Or do you want to drop your news?
I don't really have much news
All right.
cornhole wise.
Well, you've heard your friend Dwayne.
yeah.
So
I heard
it
he's
is
coming back into town.
yeah. So it is official. As you saw on our Facebook page,
I don't go on Facebook, dude.
Dwayne's signed a contract and he is now a Cleveland Aviator. So he's going to be a minor league player this year.
Hot damn.
And he's unfortunately, I heard through the grapevines that he cannot make the Hamilton Open, which is unfortunate because it's in our home state. I think it would have been just a fantastic time for Dwayne to really make his presence known. But
The people just have
is-
to wait.
is Dwayne excited?
Yeah, for sure.
It's a
Honestly,
cool
like,
opportunity. It is.
All right, in all
All jokes,
honesty,
yeah.
like I know there's a lot of people that are like gung ho about it.
Yeah.
So I am more like the guy I told Jason, if like our team captain, if you need somebody to travel,
Correct.
hit me up. I can do
We
that.
can still bring the team morale though.
Oh, for sure.
That's
I
what I'm
will-
saying.
I am
This
gonna have
is-
a blast doing
So
this.
ultimately, like when we look at it from a content, it's too good of an opportunity to pass up. It really
Oh,
is.
yeah.
You don't. Your schedule is a little bit more available to travel on the weekend, so we decided do it. But
Mhm.
when we saw that there were still openings for the Aviators, we reached out and be like, "Is this a possibility? You know, if there's open spots that we can, we can be on the team."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Absolutely." And I think it did help that we validated a little bit by throwing very well at the regional.
For sure. Yeah.
So
I mean,
that did help
again,
quite a bit.
I'm no slouch, but
No,
I'm
no.
not like I know these guys, they play 5 days a week.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
correct.
is not me.
Yeah.
So I do know that I can turn it on and
Yeah, yeah,
throw okay.
You
And
could
I'm
go in
ch-
a you could
it's
go
not like
in
I'm
a
gonna
crew
phone it
cup.
in,
You could
like-
go on a crew cup
Hell
and wreck
yeah.
some shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
And
it'll
I'm
be
gonna
fun.
just go in and have fun.
Yeah.
Bring the energy.
So,
That's what cornhole's about.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I think it's going to be a cool content opportunity for us to get some stuff,
Heck yeah.
and it's an easy way for us to stay interested in promoting teams.
100%.
That's the big thing for us.
Yeah.
Like I want to try to get as much out of this as we can, because we're going to talk about fan attendance a little bit later,
Mhm.
and I think that at least if nothing else, the teams events have the potential to maybe draw some people in with this new format.
Yeah.
Dane and Dwayne are not making it to, ironically, are not
Yes.
making it to the Hamilton Open.
Yeah, no, I will be traveling.
So I had that weekend already booked on the calendar. We were good to go. So I'm actually gonna go, and I'm actually gonna play. I figure if you're
Yeah.
not going, still gonna get content, record some stuff, get interviews and stuff. But I might as well play if I'm gonna go down there for the day. So I'm actually gonna play with Mr. Tom Stranger.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
No, it's gonna. You guys are gonna have a blast. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying, watch out, like tier 3. Really, I really think you guys might like surprise some people. Just like
Remember, it's different now. So like we'll be like in the advanced
yeah,
division. So like pros and elites are in one, then we're in advanced.
yeah.
I don't know how many tiers there
All
are.
right,
in
so
like
maybe
advanced.
tier 2,
Yeah,
tier
I was
1.
gonna say,
We'll
so
see.
let's not
Um,
stretch it out too much.
Yeah, I just
The Tom Stranger's a good thrower.
exactly.
He's
I
good.
think you can,
and again, I
light a
love
fire under you. You always
I-
seem to throw your best when you don't throw with me.
it. Honestly, it's 100% true.
Yeah,
it
so
really
just
is.
go get after it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have
and
fun.
Have a blast.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun. Yeah. So he's one of my favorite dudes. So it's been a long time. We've talked about it for years, teaming up for something, but we've
Yeah,
never gotten the
it's just been-
opportunity.
It's been hard.
So as soon as I found out, I reached out and he's like, "Well, I had a few people ask, but he's like, if you're telling me right now that I can register us and we're good, let's roll this." And I'm like, "Let's do it, man. Let's have some fun
and he was just like booked.
for sure." So I'm trying to decide what we should wear.
Ooh.
I think maybe we should probably wear the hot dog T-shirts.
I
right?
do. I
Because
do like
he's going to be
that.
the sandwich, and I'm going to be the hot dog one. I mean, you know what I mean. And if he doesn't have one, that's fine. I'll get him one.
Exactly.
That's we can make that happen. But
I mean, Cool Frank's.
and if you haven't ordered a Cool Frank shirt,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
and you've listened to the show, I don't know. There are seriously the quality of the shirts. Like, I'm not like no hype up, right? No free
they're-
ads,
they're
but
great.
they're very good quality.
and
Like,
we can tell you
for
that
$20, it's crazy.
all the artwork is yours truly.
Yeah,
so
it
like,
is.
I
Yeah,
just
Dane's
have fun,
yeah,
just kind of throwing some stuff together randomly when I can. So
And the holidays are coming up, and we are going to be launching a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're in the market for some presents, or you want to
Yeah.
add something to your list for Santa, just hold your horses. And right around, I would like to drop it like a few days before Thanksgiving. So behind the scenes stuff.
hmm
Yep.
and I think we might have some Thanksgiving drops coming soon as well.
So before we get into the recap,
Okay,
I have a few pet peeves.
Sean, you have pet peeves?
I know.
What?
So I don't know about you. One of my pet peeves is this narrative that there is, and it's between women. Listen, I'm sorry, ladies, all like 7 of you guys that listen. Love you from the bottom of my heart. But this is just all my boys hang out. Listen up for a second. If there's this narrative among women that when we get sick, it's like we're dying. I hate that so fucking much because you know what? No one's acting at 100% when they're sick. I don't want to, like, I'm so sick of like this narrative, like, oh, my wife gets sick and she's Superwoman. Fuck that. Like, no, she's not. She's not. And neither are, like, you know what I mean? Neither are we.
No,
I'm not
I mean,
pretending like we are.
I feel like shit. Like you feel like shit.
But how many times have I called off of work for the last 7 years for myself? Once
Yeah.
in 7 fucking years I've called off for myself for sick. You think that's the only time I've been sick? No. Hell no.
I go infect all my patients.
You think?
Come on now.
Yeah, correct. So
And that's with 2 kids going through daycare.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
Sometimes
were
you
sick
suck it up.
just, like for probably 3 straight years out of that period.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to keep breathing in shit from a mask. So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
that.
that didn't help either.
But yeah, it's so that's one of them, right? So like there's just that narrative. Does that bother you at all? Have you heard that?
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. I have definitely heard that before. Now, luckily, I don't hear from my wife
Okay.
because she is very much like when she's sick, she is just dead to the world. When I'm sick, like I can still function. So
Yeah.
like she's always like,
My desire to
Hoping-
do stuff is not there.
yeah,
but
she's always hoping that she can like do something for me. I'm like, there's really nothing you can do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lay here and
Yeah,
like take cold medicine and watch
Correct.
a movie and pass out
Correct.
on and off for the next 4 days.
Yeah. And this is not a shot at anyone that in particular that's sick at all. This is just I was just thinking about it on the drive over. I'm like, I hate that narrative that like when we get sick that it's like some catastrophic event and we're such babies about it.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
we're
I
not.
always
Maybe
I mean, I always-
maybe we do feel like shit. Like maybe that's how bad it is. Maybe when we are a little sick and we don't complain about it, but the only time you actually hear about it is when it's actually really
I mean,
bad.
do we want to go grand scheme? I mean, we live in a nation of, we were raised in an era of masculinity
kind
where
of
like
yeah.
showing emotion wasn't really a thing. So maybe like anytime we emit emotion now, it's just seen as being over the top.
I
because
get-
we
yeah.
don't do it often.
Maybe.
enough.
Maybe. And then
Sean, we need to be more in touch
Yes.
with our feels, man.
something like that.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
My other pet peeve, and my wife knows this, and it drives me crazy, is when I'm driving and she freaks out.
Oh, wow, dude.
Dude, like there
I
could be
literally
a
just had
car
this happen.
6 light years in front of me, and that just taps their brakes, and she's grabbing on the window,
Yeah.
like we're gonna be plowing through them, and she's like, "Why aren't you braking?" I'm like, "Because I took my foot off the accelerator. Because we're still a half mile in between us. Like that's why."
Sean, I'm driving on the 25-mile-an-hour strip of Bagley Road, just coming home just now from my in-laws.
Okay.
Amy's in the passenger seat. There's a car 5 car lengths ahead of me. Turns their signal on, starts to slow down to hang a right to go into Mark's.
Okay.
And I just start slowing down, and I hear Amy like gripping the car door, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "My God, you're gonna clip him." I'm like, "I was like 3 car lengths away when he was making the turn, like coming to a complete stop." Like, what are you talking about? Exact same situation. My entire drive down to Traverse City or up to Traverse City.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, the trees are so beautiful. Look out. Oh my God, I thought he was veering off center. Will you just look at the trees? Look at the trees. Leave me alone, please, for the love of God. And that was 4 hours.
I'm glad I struck a chord with this one,
dude.
More so than the sick one.
Oh my God. And she knows it. Like,
oh, so does my wife.
yeah, I'm sure she's hearing me say this right now, probably laughing right now because she knows that it drives me fucking insane.
All right. So, anyways, this is gonna be a great smooth transition right into the Open number 3 recap.
Flawless transition.
Hell yeah, it's perfect. All right, so let's start off with singles. About time.
Welcome
is he back?
back, sir.
Is he back? Mr. Mark Richards. Is Mr. Mark Richards back?
You look good.
He did look very
You
good.
look good.
We watched the match yesterday when I came over. So Mark Richards takes down Devin Harbaugh, who at one point didn't look like he was ever going to lose or give up or ever like miss a bag.
He did hit a locked in part there where it was
And
very impressive.
What we saw from Mark Richards is what we used to see. He grinded
Yes.
that victory. It was 30 fucking rounds, and he was down big to start.
Mhm.
Like, he dug himself out of a hole. He played smart, and he just made Harbaugh just throw 4-baggers. You know what I mean? And then he would hit timely air mails when Devin inevitably is going to miss one eventually. You know,
I mean, it started off with one big shot
Yeah.
by him to give him a 5-point spot to cover.
I
lead in
loved
half.
seeing
It
him
was
throw the
big.
airmail more often and go away from the roll.
Yeah.
He hit like one or two, but when I thought he should have,
Yeah,
hit the
there's
airmail,
a couple times where it was like, yeah, his roll looks pretty nice, but I like when he uses it. He's more strategic
Yeah.
with it than most. But yeah, dude, his airmail was just it was on fire.
Yeah.
And when Mark Richards is hitting airmails at that clip, you can't beat him.
Yeah. And listen, beating Devin Harbaugh in an open and singles
Yeah,
is no small task because, I mean, Devin Harbaugh takes his stuff very seriously. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, they're pros. They all want to win. But Devin Harbaugh, like, he's got mouths to feed at home. Like, he knows that he does this for a profession. Like, he's going there to win. So, Mark Richards, tip of the cap. Like, I hope this is, to me, it seemed like that style of game. If that's how, if he can get back to that consistency, that 10 PPR that we knew and love, like, I think that Mark Richards is going to be
the one.
a quick ascension. You know what I mean? He's going to have that bounce back year.
Yeah.
So, third place, we had Sammy Soto and Trey Birchfield. So, each bracket winner, Trey Birchfield, Sammy Soto, Harbaugh, and Richards. I mean, who's who? I mean, bigger names in the game. This one was in where? Little Rock?
Little Rock.
Little Rock, okay.
Arkansas.
So, Sammy Soto, Trey Birchfield both played really well. Got to see some of their matches. I mean, there's really nothing to say. I mean, they're just Trey Birchfield just continuing to stay hot, which is something you want to see.
It is nice.
As we start to slowly get closer to the
And
first
people forget that
signature
he only
event.
had like really one down a year.
Yeah.
Through all that.
Yep. You have second in the bracket. You had Adam Hissner, Ethan Walker, AJ Sims, and Ryan Trader. So Ryan Trader following up a win in singles and doubles and all that stuff, going second in this bracket. I mean, you can't really. I mean, it just is really freaking.
Well,
good.
went away from who knows what. So yeah, it's just
AJ Sims. Nice to
dirty.
see him kind of make a run. Like, I think sometimes people forget that he himself is a very good singles player.
yeah.
He has potential.
It's really
He's
where
just
he
never
was
kind
known
of like
for.
all put it together for a whole season. He's had like one or two tournaments that he's done well and made a run in singles, but he's never really put it together. But I mean, he's right now he's got his wagon hitched to Braden Wilson. It's not a bad place to hitch your wagon.
It is not.
So
It is not.
Ethan Walker just
I did. By the way, before we move
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
did you
please.
see the Facebook post of them standing back to back?
No, I didn't.
He is the same height.
Same height now.
Yeah.
All right.
Made it just like a short time off.
Hell yeah. Ethan Walker just continues to impress. I think every year he's gotten better.
Yeah.
So if he's going to take a step up from next year, I mean, I think a top 10 player is definitely with like a steady top 10 player is definitely in that mix.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Adam Hissner, again, just continuing off his awesome season. You got to love seeing Birchfield and Hissner both doing well in
Oh, yeah.
singles. It's only going to mean that their games are sharp. It typically will translate pretty well in doubles. So you got to if you're team Titan, you have to feel pretty comfortable about where your guys are at right now.
Hell yeah.
Just other notable names. Third in the bracket, we had Zach Aiken, who I was super impressed with. Got to watch a few of his games. Just really impressed with it. Like, he has a really good all-around game. You have Brett Guy, who we have not seen shit from Brett Guy in a long time. So it's nice to kind of see him starting to put it together. I know like last year was definitely like a down year for him.
Yeah.
You have Ryan Windsor making like an appearance, so it's kind of good. And then this other young stud like Logan Dupler. So just, I mean, so
He's
far,
fun to watch.
Oh, he is. I mean, third in the bracket all the way up. I mean, it's stacked, man. It's just
Yeah.
showing you how much talent there is. And then you have guys like fourth in the bracket. You have Levi Haddock, who we've talked about a bunch on the show already. You have Ian Cripps. You have Hayden Gonzalez, Chase Lester. I mean, these are all big name people. You have fucking Matt Guy taking fifth in this bracket.
Justin Burton Jr. taking fifth in
You
the
know what I mean?
bracket.
Like, so I mean, it's getting. And these again, this is just an open event. Like,
Yeah.
we're not even at the first signature event, so you starts to get a little exciting when
for
they
sure. Yeah,
see
I
the
mean,
big names up there.
It's looking nice. Very nice.
All right, and then doubles. Overall champion, you had Devin Harbaugh and Ryan Trader, and then they take down Smith and Wiedenfeld. Nice to see Smith and Wiedenfeld they started off last year so hot, right?
Mhm.
You know, they were, I mean, in contention for like the number one power ranking, and they might have taken it over in my list in one of the weeks. I can't remember, but I mean, just consistency. Can they just get over the hump and just win the thing?
Yeah.
That's what I want to see from them. But Harbaugh and Trader, that's a pretty damn good pair right there,
Hell yeah.
especially with how those guys were throwing in singles. It translated very well. A team that we all expect to do very, very well this season. Second in their bracket, Sammy Soto and Gavin Cano. I expect this team to compete for a top 5. I think they're both immensely talented, and anything outside of top 10 would be a down year for both of them,
Yeah.
I think.
No, I agree.
I truly believe that. Also, second in the bracket, you had Jeremiah Hector and Zach Atkins. Third in the bracket, Tony Smith and Mark Richards. Again, just kind of nice to start seeing the names, getting in the mix in the brackets. Third in the bracket, Austin Kipple and Logan Dupler. Fourth in the bracket, you had Guy Nation. And fourth in the bracket also was Riley Schaff and Zach Aiken. We've talked about Riley Schaff before. She's going to be kind of a name to kind of watch in juniors and
Did you have
women's.
Zach Aiken in here? There's Zach Aiken, then
Zach
Zach Atkins.
Yeah, Atkins. Yeah, right. Throws you
That's
off a
not
little bit.
confusing. I mean, one's also with an H, the
Yep.
other one's with a K for Zach. So,
Yep.
Oh man,
I think a team that a lot of people forget about from last year and how good of a season they had was Bernasette and Lopez Jr. They took fifth in the bracket. Again, just nice to see them in the mix.
sneaky good.
I mean, again, they were one game away in like 4 nationals from making the finals. I mean, they were second in the bracket just consistently across the board. So they just really need to get over that hump. But just seeing them back in the mix is a good thing. Other notable team, fifth in the bracket, you have Justin Burton Jr., Logan Chamberlain, and then Cannon Hatcher and Hunter Thomasy.
Thomasy.
Fifth in the bracket, DLE.
I was gonna say you don't
Josiah
leave that one
Aragon.
off
Yep.
there.
No,
all
I
right?
got you. It was a nice run, and she also won women's doubles with Maya Cup.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
Yep.
which is awesome.
They took down Riley Schaff and Vanessa Fillingham.
I mean, but is DLE and Maya Cup just not like the nicest team ever?
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, yeah,
those
for
two
sure.
are so sweet.
Oh yeah. I mean, you stack them on top, and you might be just a little taller than you.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's love to hear that.
All right, we got dramatic reading.
Oh boy.
Do we ever?
In a world where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
Matt Guy. The ACL Rules Committee apparently has decided that a player can stand at the front of the board and flop their bag around all they want while their opponent is throwing. Trash. So common courtesy is no longer a thing in the ACL? Eye roll emoji. Cool. So, I think he's complained about this before.
100%. I've
Bag flipping
definitely,
stuff.
yeah, I've definitely. I mean, I think he's literally said it on this show before.
Yes.
That is
think you're
like
right.
his like biggest pet peeve.
I don't get it. If that's really gonna bother you that much, like, you weren't gonna win. You just weren't. Like, I mean, come on. Like, let's all admit, if you were truly locked in that game, that flipping of the bag like that shouldn't matter. From what I read in the comments, it sounds like he was playing against Levi Haddock.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is true and that's the case and that's who he's kind of accusing of flipping his bag, Matt Guy won that match anyways.
You know, but he didn't win it fast enough.
I guess. You know what I mean, it just seemed kind of weird. Like, and again, like I like Matt a lot. I really do. I think he's good for the game. I want him to be good. I think him being good gives like the ACL kind of like that villain almost. You know what I mean? Like the old school that can still get it done. You know what I mean? Going against all the young guns.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird thing to go and complain about. It's like a cry for attention. Like, I want everyone that's going to come, I want you to come and take my side kind of thing. Is how I read it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
or
you don't need
he's
that. You're Matt fucking Guy. Like you don't need to do that.
or
kind
he
of
thinks
stuff.
if he riles up enough of a conversation, maybe he believes that
should
it could make
should
the
it
change.
ever be under consideration?
I mean, the rule for distraction, there's no real like indicator of what a distraction is. So like if it's distracting to the other player, then isn't it a distraction?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, like they're not crossing the board at all.
No,
they're
but
not
I'm just
making
saying
a
like
noise.
a blatantly obvious like thing. I mean,
I-
even a
man,
pitcher has to.
If you're
set
gonna
before he
take if you're gonna
throws,
take
like,
that kind of stuff out, like bag spinning, flipping the bat, all that kind of stuff, like, and you just want us to stand there all like emotionless robots, then we're completely fucked. We're fucked. No one like okay. If let's get into this real fast. We watched the finals yesterday of singles. There were at the high point 6 people watching. 6, not live stream. We're talking live in person.
yeah,
You have 2 of the best players in the world playing.
and 4
in
of
a
them
finals.
It was definitely past their bedtime of the 6.
But
4 of
still,
them were young.
You only had 6 people max
I
that
know.
actually cared enough to stick around to watch the finals. We are fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. If no one there even wants to stick around to watch the championship match because it might actually be an awesome match, and it was, then we're fucked. I remember 2-3 years ago when Matt Guy was playing Baby Goat,
Yeah.
and you had at least 40, 50 people at least watching the match. All right, that's at least something.
Yeah,
But 6 people on the live stream for the championship match we're not talking a fucking regional.
yeah.
We're talking an open event.
You're talking Mark Richards versus Devin Harbaugh.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
It's 2 big name
huge.
guys.
Yeah, no,
And
believe
there's
me,
no
I'm there
one
with you. But
fucking there.
my question is, does the ACL give a shit if there's people in those seats when it comes to the finals
No.
when they're already cleaning up all the boards and
Nope.
everything and like getting ready to
No.
hightail it out of there?
No,
So
no.
like,
I'm not saying it's the ACL. I'm saying in the greater scheme, the grand scheme that we're going to get into this a whole bunch with this interview.
yeah,
Where are we at in the game? If people don't even care enough to watch it, then how are we ever going to take somebody that doesn't care about it right now and then make this seem interesting?
yeah. I mean, to me, it
I mean,
turns it into the argument of it's not just a tournament. You need to make it into an event.
You
that
wanna
people
do the-
want to stick around
correct.
and like.
You want to do like
kick it at.
clips on TikTok of like awesome shot, like oh sweet, like you have like one person in the background. Like, well, are you fucking serious right
Yeah.
now? Like it's an issue, people. Like if people aren't watching these matches, then it means that the people that are somewhat interested in this don't even care,
Exactly.
and that's not good for the future, in
No,
my
I mean, they don't-
humble opinion.
People don't.
And I
care
know
to
it's just a
watch it,
live
They
stream.
just want to play it.
I know it's just a live stream, but there had to be a couple hundred people there.
Yeah.
And just nobody felt like the need to at least watch. Like I get if you get knocked out early, you leave, you go eat, you can always come back. Like if you actually wanted to see and you like the game, like don't you want to watch the best players play against
Well,
each
again,
other?
I don't think there was a couple hundred people there. This is singles, so everyone dipped out. I mean, were there people there for doubles
I don't know.
the day prior? Like I didn't see any of the doubles action, so maybe they were around because singles was the last event.
I'm just saying overall, even locally.
Yeah, I believe Sean. I know.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
I got to play devil's advocate.
For sure.
Otherwise, everyone's gonna follow you and listen to you.
So I have another dramatic reading, but I'm not going to do it right now. It's actually a topic that I want to bring up for the interview a little bit later.
Okay.
So we're going to just kind of wrap this up. So if you want to go ahead and cue that rap horn like you do so elegantly every single week, that would
Which
be
way you want
terrific.
me to do it?
I'm
How do you
feeling
want me
like
to lay it down?
rapid fire. There are so many people right now that are so pissed at
Dude,
driving their car.
You're
They're just like,
welcome.
wait, you're awake now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep. Well, thanks again to our sponsors. Go to dragonbagswithaz.com. Use code BIGASP12, and you're going to save yourself 12%.
Bingo.
And they really are like the best bags in the game.
Yeah.
Again, I can't say it enough. I've never thrown better in my life, and I've thrown less in my life the last 6 years. It's the bags.
It's the bags.
Put a set of Power Dragons in your hand.
They
It's gonna be
got
wonderful.
that sauce, man.
Hell.
Telling you.
Hell yeah. You can reach us at Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and TikTok at Big Ass Cornhole.
And the single one that's remaining for some reason, it's
was the first one
Big
I
Ass Cornhole Podcast.
Yep. Don't forget about Patreon.
Patreon.
Patreon is where you can go get bonus
that
content for
French?
us. No, I don't think so.
Patreon.
There's no accent. Try to church it up.
No, Sean, it's American. Head over to Patreon if you want to be a patriot.
Correct.
Over at Patreon.
Yep. So thank you to our current little asshole patriots. But for the price of beer a month, you can get bonus content. We post the video versions of the podcast on Patreon. You get bonus episodes that we do, exclusive interviews that we do with pro players. You get a sticker. They're pretty fucking sweet stickers, by the way. They turn out baller.
Real sweet. Hang on.
Oh yeah, you got it right there.
Bingo.
Oh my God, it glistens.
It does glisten.
And Patreon members get a special sticker that it's only been made once. And once we run out, we run out. It's the Cornhole at ones that Dane designed. They're fucking awesome. Yep.
Cornhole it.
It's pretty amazing. So if you go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole, again, for the price of beer a month, you can support us and help us continue to do what we're doing. We greatly appreciate your support.
Skippy.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the interview. We're going to be joined by Ben Boodoo of Scoreholio, Chad Jacobson of TCL. We're going to get into the future of the game, like where we're at. If you remember two episodes ago, I got posed a question, threw it out there, and if Ben would find the answer to it, of where we're at in the game. Like, are there still increased amount of games being played now, or are we kind of seeing a dip? So I'm interested to hear what he has to say. Chad's going to update us on all the changes in the TCL, and we're gearing up, and I guess we can announce it now. We're going to the Ryder Cup.
Pew pew.
Going
Let's
to Ryder
do it.
Cup in January, so we already got our team, and we'll announce that at a later time.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
That
All
I
right.
just can't hide it.
All right. Hope you guys enjoy the interview, but as always, we hope you throw it straight, and it's nothing but four baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.